Nice little decorative sign on the front of the shed, isn't it? No trespassing. Trespassers will be composted. So yeah, thank you again, Sylvia, for that lovely gift. You're looking good in this lighting, man. Jeez! This camera does you justice. Hello everyone, welcome back to Alfie's Agriculture. Today we are actually doing what we said we were going to do last week. So we were going to do some clearing between all of the mega beds that we made, but we didn't actually get any time because we spent almost 7 hours or something like that repairing the polygon, which is all good now. And if you haven't seen last week's video, definitely go and watch it. It's worth a watch. We did some great upgrades to the polygon, and it's not taken any more damage from what I can see since then. So it looks like the repairs and upgrades have worked, which is a great sign. And yeah, so we're actually going to get around to what we were going to do after that last week, which is clearing the pathways and also hopefully clearing the beds of weeds and stuff like that, just so we're getting ready to grow, basically. It's not just going to be me today. Ellie's also coming later on in the video, and then also Kian and his partner are also coming to their allotment very, very soon, so they might be in the video at some point. But anyway, whilst I'm here on my own, I'm just going to get started and start surveying what we need to do and how we should do it. So I'll take you over there. So as you can see, grass has grown through all of the ground sheet where we've put wood chip between all the beds, as you can see around here. And then also we've got some weeds growing through the actual beds themselves, so we need to get all of that gone and then just take it back to this ground sheet that we've got here, basically, because this is good and reliable and it makes less upkeep for us. So yeah, that's what we're going to need to do today. And we've also got some random bits and bobs that need to be moved out of the way before we can get started. So I'm just going to clear all this stuff out before everyone else gets here, just so we've got a nice and easy workspace. Here you go. So I've cleared out all of the bits of wood and plastic, so it's just basically biological matter now and little bits of rubble that we're going to clear away between all of the beds. So I think I've zoomed in there. There you go. That should be a lot better for you. So yeah, it's just all bits of wood chip and grass and other dead plants and bits between all of the beds that are ready to be cleared now. And then we're basically just going to make a pile of wood chip, which can go into the bins over there. And then all of the twigs and stuff we can start a fire with to burn them all, to get them out of the way. And then we've also got some extra topsoil here and some horse manure as well, which we're going to use to top up the beds once we've cleared out all of this stuff on top of them. I'm also hoping for these three, where they've got ground sheet underneath the soil separating them. I'm hoping to move all of the soil to one end, cut the ground sheet, and then move the soil to the other end, and then cut the other half of the ground sheet and remove the ground sheet out of the beds, just so they've got loads of soil beneath them, so then the plants can grow nice and deep into the ground. So yeah, we're just going to get started with doing some, well, I don't know if raking or brooming is best. I'll try raking first, and then all the little bits I can't get with the rake, I'll use a broom for to see how well that works. Give it a go, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so let's give this raking business a go. See how well that does. On this grass stuff, I think it will do quite well. But the thing is with it, is the teeth of the rake are quite sharp, so they're catching the ground sheet, which is not what I want at all. So this is completely off topic, completely random, but a few months ago we got this as a gift from Sylvia Costello. No trespassing, trespassers will be composted. Little funny little sign, and I've not actually gotten around to putting it up on the shed yet, so I'm just going to put it here next to the door so you can see it even when the door's open. I'm just going to put some nails in each corner because they're nice and short nails, and well, to be honest, they probably will go through the wood. Let me see. Oh no, they should be okay. Yeah, I'm just going to put a nail on each corner and just hammer that into there real quick. So that's now installed, that ain't going anywhere. And that's a nice little decorative sign on the front of the shed, isn't it? No trespassing, trespassers will be composted. So yeah, thank you again, Sylvia, for that lovely gift. And if you guys want to get anything like this, you can head to the Amazon wishlist in the description, and there's lots of cool little signs like that.
That noise was very inconsiderate.
This guy. Anyway, yeah. If you wanted to get anything like this for the allotment, you can head to the Amazon wishlist in the description. There are some signs where they're just a fixed text like that, and there's some where you can customize the text as well if you want to add your own little joke. Like the one that Kian got. Do you want to go on, turn it around? Ta-da. There we go. Alfie's Agriculture 3, the corn shed. That was a custom one from Kian last year. Lovely. Your first gifts as well. Yeah, one of the first ones. Yeah. Here we are, so I've now cleared the area that is before the first bed, and I've done my best job at pulling out all the grass and then sweeping it all as well, so it's nice and clear, and I'm happy with the result. But there's the waste, and there's all that we've got to do still, so, oh god, this is going to be a nightmare. That took me about 15 minutes to do, 20 minutes, so doing all of this is not going to be fun. My back is already killing. And I've got work later. This is a nightmare. I really regret putting the wood chip down. But then again, to be fair, I didn't put any wood chip here and it was still already overgrown. So I don't know how I feel about the wood chip being at fault here. I think it's just, you know, over time grass will get through it, or dirt that's on top of it will grow grass on it. There's not much you can do to stop it. Obviously it probably does speed up the rate of grass coming through having the wood chip, but it still did grow without any wood chip there. So what does that tell you? I don't know, you tell me, I'm not a scientist. But yeah, this part's all done, and then we're just going to move on to the next part between the first two beds. Hello. You're looking good in this lighting, man. Jeez, this camera does you justice.
It definitely looks a lot nicer over here now though.
Yeah, it looks a lot better, doesn't it? Oh god, can barely see it in the dark. There we go. So yeah, I've finished this area now, and then I've pretty much finished this part between the first two beds. Just got a little pile left just there. I'm not going to do the rest today because we've actually run out of time. I've just been doing other random bits and bobs around the allotment. My mother and father also came to have a little tour as well, and I've also just been chilling with Kian and Eleanor as well, just talking about their plot and their plans as well. Just a nice session, chilling in Kian's polytunnel because it's nice and warm in there, and it is a lovely delight to be in the warmth in the 2nd of February. So yeah, that's definitely a welcome little treat there. But yeah, I've run out of time today, so we'll continue this effort another day. We'll see, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, we'll see. But this is not the end of the video. Why is it zooming in on me? Why is my camera zooming in? What the hell? There you go. Yeah, but yeah, we'll continue this on another day. So going to the next day. Cool, nice, good to go. So last week we cleared all this area behind the corn house and the area between the first two beds from the corn house, and then we've still got the last 3 beds to do, plus the area at the back of the plot as well, and that is what we're going to get on with today, and hopefully we can get it done, but we'll see. Let's get going. Okay, so we're starting with this lane, I guess you could call it, a little pathway between these 2 beds, and then we're moving it all towards the end of the plot where we can put it all into the compost bin, because that's basically what it is now. And obviously it's not fully broken down, but it's definitely getting there. So pop it in the compost bin, hopefully it'll be ready for next season. So I think I'm going to start with trusty spade, because that seemed to be pretty effective on the previous parts that we've done. I tried a rake, but with the rake, the teeth of the rake are too sharp and it's ripping the ground sheet, which is not ideal. So do the brunt of the work with the shovel, and then we can come in and clean up the little bits with the broom. It's tiring, but it's quick work, honestly. This will take 5 minutes at most, compared to the first bit that we did, which was obviously bigger, but there was no ground or no wood chip there. So it wasn't just scooping it all, it was ripping all the grass out of the ground sheet. Whereas here it's a lot simpler. You just scoop it all away and you're done, which is nice. Very nice, very nice indeed. Blimey! This is a workout and a half. Jeez. Okay. That lane is done. All of the wood chip has been brought down to the end, which is basically just ready to be shoveled up into the wheelbarrow and brought to the end of the plot. But I think I'll do that at the end I'm just going to do all of the 3 lanes between the beds first and have them all ready to shovel up at the end. Do it all job by job. So first is moving all the wood chip to the ends, and then we'll do the wheelbarrowing laps. So I'll move you over to the next lane. Definitely hot enough to remove my jacket, maybe even my hoodie after a few minutes. But yeah, same job with this one, moving all the wood chip to the end, and then same with the third one. So I'm just going to do this and then I'll come back to you once it's done. Okay, so I've just finished this lane, which is the penultimate lane. I've got one more that is between the beds, and then after that we're in the open area at the back of the plot. So I'm just going to smash out the last lane as well, and then we can start wheelbarrowing it all to the compost bins, and then we can just see about clearing out the end area. I think we're going to leave wood chip on like the little social area at the end for now, but that pathway I think I'm going to clear that leads onto the plot, just so we have a clear pathway with no wood chip all around, leaving you access to the plot. It's only that last area that you have to step on wood chip to get to. So yeah, I'm going to smash out that last one now. But yeah, this one only took about 5 minutes, getting through it nice and quick. So here we are, we finished the last channel between the beds. Then we've obviously got the path just to the right over here where the entryway is, which we'll do after we've cleared all of these piles. We've got 3 big piles of wood chip now that need to be shoveled up into a wheelbarrow and then put into the compost bin. So we get on with that and then come back to clear the path to the entryway. Okay, so I have cleared the piles. There's a little bit of wood chip left because it's hard to shovel up the little bits left, so I'm just going to use the broom to sweep all of that up to the end where we've still got wood chip. So we've got another nice pile to start shoveling up into the wheelbarrow. So yeah, making good progress. There you go, so I've now swept up this area just so all the remaining wood chip is gone. It's looking a lot better, and now all of the wood chip is just here ready to be shoveled up, and then we're just going to do that also, that pathway that enters into the plot, and then that will be like the whole raised bed area completely sorted in terms of the wood chip situation. So I'm just going to get on with that now. So you probably can't see it very well, but I have just made 2 big piles. Let me just bring you over a little bit so you can see. One big pile just there and another just here, and then once those are cleared and into the compost bin, we're done. I'm sure you can tell from my breath, it's not easy work, it's tiring work, but it's doing it like that, getting out of breath, that means it gets done quickly and then you can move on and we can actually get to more fun stuff like taking off all the covers off these beds and actually getting to growing, which is why I'm doing it so quickly, because I want to get around to doing that, get a head start this season and do much better than we did last year. That is the hope, at least. So yeah, now I just got to shovel all these piles up into the wheelbarrow and painstakingly lift the wheelbarrow over into the compost bin. I wish I had like a ramp or something to bring the wheelbarrow up and then just tip it over to the side. Oh god, that'd be nice, but it is what it is, and just got to get on with it. And there we go, it is done. I've just shoveled all of the wood chip from the piles, and then I've also swept over any of the little bits left onto the little end area, which we will get round to eventually, but since it's not crucial, I'm not going to do it anytime soon, I don't believe, unless we've got really don't have anything to do. What we're going to be focusing on now in the near future is these beds. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the camera for you guys. It's just these beds here. We'll be taking off the cover, and then we're going to be seeing about, for these first 3 beds, is removing the ground sheet under them just so they can grow deeper, any plants that we put in there, and then also, first things first, getting rid of all the weeds that are in them as well. And then after we've done all that, we'll be topping them up with some extra manure or compost or whatever we've got, so they're raised up as high as they can be. So yeah, getting it closer and closer to being suitable for Ellie, basically. She wouldn't come here if it's overgrown, basically. She's just not a fan of the overgrown plants and bugs and that. So I'm working as hard as I can to get it all there suitable for her. Princess Ellie. Yeah. But yeah, we'll leave it there for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. And if you want to support the channel, you can always head to the Amazon wishlist in the description. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Adios and deuces.